good afternoon or good morning, wherever you're watching us from. My name is Princess Lukele, and welcome to yet another session or another video for Hands of Love. My name is Princess Lukele, and I'm excited to be talking about today's topic. It's a very sad topic, but a very real situation, especially here in South Africa. So today we are talking about money and blessers. You ask yourself, what is a blesser? So in South Africa, a blesser is defined as an older man who gives young women money in exchange for sexual favors, and in return they bless them with luxuries, they take them out and they give them money. So because I work mostly with young girls, we're finding that most girls, teenagers rather, that are in high school, there's quite a high number of them that are dating older people in exchange for money, right? So when we're having our sessions with the girls, we address this topic. So today I'm going to be talking about blessers. How can we prevent our girls from falling victim for such people? I mean, they shouldn't be doing this in the first place, but unfortunately we live in a sick world of people that are just taking advantage of the girls and using poverty to take advantage of them, So we bring this awareness to the girls to ensure that they know about these people and how do they go about not to even put themselves in such a situation, So I always read them the story before we even start talking about the topic. The story goes like this. He is my blessamos, basically meaning he is my man, regardless of however age that person is. He gives me money. Look at me. I'm on point. I look amazing. My clothes are dope. My hair is on point. My nails are on point. I know he's married. The wife called me the other day. I'm scared and I'm hurt at the same time, but I cannot stop. I have to maintain this lifestyle. What will people think when I have no clothes? Look, he takes care of me. He takes me to places. He takes me to hotels, nice joints. He drives a BMW. It smells amazing. And when I'm with him, I feel hot. Yes, he thinks he owns me. He speaks bad words to me. He's very disrespectful, and he forces me to have sex with him even when I don't want to have sex with him. I don't want to be with him anymore, but I cannot stop. Here's the interesting part. She also has a boyfriend who is her age. The person who's talking about her here is a girl of 18 years old. She sleeps with him too, meaning she's got two partners that she's sexually active with. She thinks that she would never contract HIV because HIV is not for beautiful girls like her. She can't stop. She continues. Right. So that's the story that I usually share with the girls. One, highlighting the fact that there's HIV and that HIV doesn't choose color, it doesn't choose skin, anyone can contract it, right? So we speak about this topic because it happens quite a lot. Girls are taken advantage of by older men that are using them as their trophies around their friends to say, look, I date hot girls, and they use these girls to ensure that they stay young because they feel like they're aging, and two, because they're taking advantage of them, to ensure that they sleep with them. And usually these blessers, they don't only have one girlfriend, they usually have multiple girlfriends, meaning they are basically moving the HIV/AIDS amongst all of them, So there is so much at risk here, And the first thing that we speak to the girls about is stop dating outside of your age. In fact, this is no time for you to even be dating because you are not ready. You cannot be focusing in school and be looking at dating at the same time, right? It goes back to that thing of rats, that you can't chase two rats at the same time. You can only chase one rat, right? And the one that you run after hard enough and long enough is the one that you're going to catch, right? So blessers are taking advantage of these girls by flashing things. For instance, these girls, they think it's cool to be wearing makeup even at their age. They're looking at social media, they're looking at TV, all they see is people wearing weave, everybody's looking hot, you know. And I always say to them that you need to stay in your age. Right now you need to be enjoying being a child, meaning you are doing things that are age appropriate, you know. Certain things come in life at certain times, and that time would come, and it's definitely not now. But you also find that there's parents within our Black community or within townships that actually promote this, that you know, when a child brings in home a 200 rand, the mom doesn't even ask where that money is coming from, and that's where the problem starts. And then the kids, they think, okay, you know what, 200 rand, I'm bringing money, everybody's eating, we're able to buy a few items we can eat for a week. That's where the problem starts. I think for parents needs to be very strict, and they need to understand that there's consequences to this. Because remember, if your child is getting all these perks, it means there's something that she's giving to get that, right? Hence, then we have a high rate of pregnancy as well. And also HIV rate being high in townships simply because HIV moves around so quickly and so fast, and blessers are part of the reason why we have such a high HIV rate in South Africa. So it's not to scare the girls, but those are the things that we highlight to say, one, apart from the fact that you are not ready to date, or this person can actually ruin your future. Because if you are busy with this guy the whole weekend, you're probably not studying or doing your assignments, or you are mentally distracted, because dating alone is exhausting, right? You are mentally distracted for you to be focusing on your studies, you know. So those things are very destructive, and they would delay you in school, you know. Apart from that, you know, you would get pregnant because people say, oh no, we're using a condom. I mean, how many times do people use a condom in a relationship? Because usually they would use it the first time, second time, the third time, the condom is out of the picture, you see. So as a teenager, you have no business, you know, dating older people, let alone dating, you know, because you are not ready for you to be doing that. Right. So what advice do we give to the girls, and how do we ensure that we do not even associate ourselves with things like that? First things first, these girls, bathanda ubumnandi, or rather teenagers, bathanda ubumnandi, ubumnandi means they like fun, you know. Why are you rushing to a stage that you're not ready for? At your age, I mean, from when you start high school, from grade 8, you should not even be looking at such things. You should be looking at your schoolwork, the fun days that you have at school, the sports day that you have at school. You should have a sport that you're running after. You should have art classes. You should be thinking about dancing that you need to be doing. Why? You have no business thinking about dating, right? Because those things, they come later in life. You are not ready to be doing such things. So I say, first, choose your friends right. Don't hang around with girls that are, you know, already going to clubs, girls that are, and they don't sleep at home on weekends. Yes, it's prevalent, right? It's very normal for a 17, 16-year-old in a township home, for her to be sleeping out, you know, to be going out with these guys, and the parents don't even ask, you know. And the question starts there. As a parent, you should not be allowing that to be happening. You know, you should be reprimanding the child when they start doing that, right? So start hanging out with people, start hanging out with people that are doing age-appropriate things, and stop going out to these parties that you shouldn't be going to, because these parties are the ones that open the door for such things. Because you go to a party and you meet someone, and then they're like, oh, you know, they start enticing you and buying you alcohol that you should not even be having, because you're underage to even be drinking, right? So the first thing is, stay away from parties, stay away from clubs, stay away from anything that involves drugs, from anything that involves alcohol, anything that involves things that you should not be doing, because right now you should just be concerned by playing, right? Having fun. I mean, I remember when we were growing up, we used to be on the streets, we never had toys, but we had games that we were playing on the streets. Like, we'd play from from afternoon, from the time we come back from school to, just before sunset. We would be running around the streets would be dirty, I mean, even like throughout my high school, I used to play, and these kids are not playing anymore. They just want to be looking, posh at a very young age. They want to be clean all the time. They're concerned about their body image, and those are things that you shouldn't be concerned about. You should be concerned about your studies. You should be concerned about playing. You should be concerned about achieving your dreams. You should be concerned about dreaming about the things that you're wanting to do. You should be concerned about meeting up with your friends, cooking at home, cleaning your home. Those are the things that you should be concerned about, not running around or thinking, okay, where's the party this Friday? When is DJ Mang Mang coming to Gua Ace, as an example, because that's where you find most of these girls, and they have no business going there, right? So my girls, my children, I beg you, and I would always be begging you, that stay away from things that that you shouldn't be doing. Everything has a time in life. So is planting a seed. There's time to plant a seed. There's time to water a seed. There's time when the seed germinates and the plants start coming out. Don't rush. Certain things will come in life. You are in no age right now to be making relationship decisions, because right now you should be focusing on being a child, right? Don't rush it. Right? It's a phase. Every phase in life would come with its own challenges. Right now, you should not be dealing with relationships. These kids, I'm telling you this because there's a lot of kids that we deal with. I mean, they deal with boyfriends dumping them, and they're not doing their homeworks because they've seen this one dating this one. And it's a chain of unnecessary drama and hurt that you don't need right now. All you need to be focusing on is being a child. You're beautiful as you are. You don't need the makeup that you want, and you don't need the nails that you want to put on. You don't need the weave that you need to put on. You're just fine with your afro. Just love the phase that you're in, and stop rushing for things that you shouldn't be rushing for, because you are rushing stages in your life, and that would haunt you back. Have you ever seen a magogo that didn't live their teenage life, or rather they skipped phases in life? Like, for instance, there are people that were forced to get married at the age of 16, meaning they were forced to grow up and do adult things, so they never had an opportunity to actually be a child. So you find a person at 50, 60 starting to do childlike things. Why? It's because they skipped a stage. Let us not skip stages, my children. The time for you to be doing certain things will come, and it takes every phase of life. You don't rush it. So it's important. Every phase of life is there for a reason, to groom, teach you for certain things, right? The time for you to be dating is going to come, and it's definitely not now. Right now, you need to be focusing on school, right? So there's an affirmation or declaration that I always share with the girls after having the session with them, and I'm going to share it with you. So if you're a teenager out there, I would run you through this. It goes like this: a promise to self. I always say, put your hand next to your heart and you say the following: I promise to respect my body. I promise to love myself enough and not run after material things. No matter how life may be, I will work hard to earn my own money and live the life that I want to live. Say that again. I will work hard to earn my own money and live the life I want to live. I promise not to give my body to undeserving people. I promise to date my age and choose my partner wisely when I am old enough to start dating. I promise not to be a home wrecker and destroy other people's lives. Right? So it's important that they have these affirmations and promise to self, so that whenever they are tempted to start doing such things, that, oh, by the way, I made promise to myself. Because remember, all these men that you that are running after you, or that you're wanting to get into relationships with, they're either married. they're either marriage or in relationships. So you basically breaking that home with the wife and they have kids. So, those are not things you want to put on your shoulders at that age. And on top of that, that would hinder you from reaching your goals and your dreams, because these guys are just there to have fun. For them, they are there to tap, tap, tap and move along. And you are left behind either with a child that you need to take care of, or your dreams have been deferred because you can't continue with school because now you need to be a teenage mom. We don't need teenage mothers. We need lawyers out of you. We need doctors out of you. We need artisans out of you. And it's doable, Let's stay in our lane. Let's stay in our age. Let's not rush things. Say no to blessers. Say no to people that you know very well that are old, that you shouldn't be dating. Stop running after cars. You should be yearning to get your own car. I remember when I was young, I never wanted to be in someone's car. I was like, I'm buying my own car, So why are you rushing to be in people's car? You have no business wanting to be in the what you call it, in the front seat of a BMW that you don't even own. Do you know what I mean? You should be like, I'm buying my own. Sorry. When it comes around, you're like, no, I don't play for that team because I'm in the team of people buying their own cars. My children, that there's we're dealing with a whole lot of violence against women, and these are the same guys that are popping out money for you to be going to buy the 5,000 rand Brazilian. So the person thinks they own you. They think because they're giving you money to go do your nails, to go and they even buy you expensive alcohol, that you that alcohol, right? This person, they're not even buying you valuable things. This is all material things that perish. Like, you've got nothing to show at the end of the day for it. Like, why are you even wasting your body and your time and your precious life for someone that doesn't even care about you? So it's important that you're careful, because these people, they think they own you, and then they would kill you or hurt you or beat you up because they think they have a right on you. So to even avoid all of those things, don't even go on, my children, to be dating such people. Let's stay in our lane, stay in your age, stay in school, focus on things that are age appropriate, and not look above and beyond. If something is out of your reach, it means you should not even be getting that thing yet, right? So stay. I know that it's hard. I know that we come from families that are disadvantaged. I know that it gets hard at home. You want certain things, there's pressure, your friends are looking good and whatnot. Those things would come. Work hard for them. Stay in school, focus on your education, focus on starting your own business. Focus on looking for options and other things to go around or to better your situation than to look out for other people. Because remember, if you take from somebody, they're going to want to take something from you. Are you ready to give up your life or defer your life or lower yourself to that level to allow someone to, for them to feel good about themselves? Because all they do is they show you up as a trophy and they use you and they spit you back like that. Because remember, you're not always going to be a hunk. You're not always going to be looking so great. And what they do is, these guys, they make sure that they use you. And once they're done with you, there's always going to be another girl that is fresh that they're looking out for. And you're left behind crying and depressed. And, and that will be the end of your bright, beautiful future. You girls are beautiful. You girls have power. You girls are going places. The sky is only the limit. Do not allow blessings and people or money, or instant gratifications to stop you from reaching your dreams. We want to see you guys succeed. South Africa is going to succeed. The world is going to be a better place because of you. God brought you here for a reason. Do not stop that talent, that message that God has to be seen or have to be heard through you by allowing other people to stop that. You are a shining, a bright star, so do not give that away. Be very, very selfish with your time. Be very, very selfish with your body. Be selfish with who you are. you know, because there's so much in you. The time for you to date, the time for you to get the things that you need to get, it will come. And it's definitely not now. Right now, you stay in school and you stay away from blessings. I love you guys. You make the right decision. Stay cute, stay beautiful. Thank you so much. Bye bye.